everyone, welcome back to another before and after review. Today's review is for Dune Part 2. And yes, I know what you're thinking, Josh, this movie's been out for 3 weeks and you're just now watching it. Yes, honestly, I'm really not looking forward to this all that much. I wasn't a big fan of the first one. I rewatched it, 7.7. It was good, but it was long, and this one's going to be even longer. And yes, I know that this movie is in the top 10 of all time on IMDb. And yes, I know this movie is about to make $500 million. And yes, a couple of my best friends have seen this. They told me it's amazing. They told me it's a 9 out of 10. So hopefully this movie actually is amazing. But it's a long one, so what next time you see me is going to be dark outside. But I'm going to head in, and I'll see you on the other side, all right? Bye.
You will never lose me, Paul Atreides.
We gave them something to hope for.
That's not hope! May thy knife chip and shatter.
Alright everyone, so I just got out of Dune Part 2, and you know what? When I'm wrong, I can admit I'm wrong. That was an actually absolutely amazing film. You know, every criticism I had about Part 1 kind of non-existed in this one. You know, I thought the pacing was a little rough in Part 1, and while beautiful shots, I felt like they were just there just to be beautiful shots. But, you know, in this movie, every shot, it means something, and it looks incredible on that big screen. And then the acting as well, you know, Timothée Chalamet, man, every movie he does, I feel like he gets better and better and better. And then Zendaya, she did not get a ton of screen time in Part 1. She gets her screen time this time, and you know what? She gave a great performance as well. And, you know, that chemistry between the two of them in some of those scenes, like, whoa, you know, watch out, Tom Holland, because, I mean, you could really feel it. And then, you know, last of the returning characters I really want to highlight is Javier Bardem. You know, again, like Zendaya, not a ton of screen time in Part 1. And you know what? It just goes to show when you give him the dialogue, he will give you a great performance, and that he did. And then there's a bunch of new characters, which also helps elevate this over Part 1. You know, you get Christopher Walken, who will always put a smile on my face. Florence Pugh, who by this point you know will never give a bad performance. But then Austin Butler. Yes, that is the guy that played Elvis Presley. He doesn't look the same, he doesn't sound the same, he doesn't act the same. He gives a performance unlike anything I've ever seen. You know, he just as perfect as Elvis and completely different. You know, the action was great. It was a really good time at the movies. And, you know, the last thing I think I really have to highlight is the music. You know, Hans Zimmer has proven he is a fantastic all-time great composer. And the music in this one, you know, every shot is beautiful, but the music just comes in and really sticks with you. And, you know, it's worth going to the movies to go see this on the big screen, but it's also worth hearing it on the big screen. So all in all, I'm going to have to give this a 9.1 out of 10. You know, I was around like an 8.9 or a 9, but really as I was sitting there and the credits were going and that music was playing again, I had to give it a 9.1. So this is an amazing movie. Now, I will say, is it worth watching Part 1? I don't know. The director says you don't need to watch Part 1, but honestly, I feel like I needed to rewatch Part 1. So maybe you could subtract a point or two for that, and maybe I can't fully recommend it to everybody, but as somebody that did watch Part 1, this was completely worth it. So that's all I got. 9.1 for Dune Part 2. You all have a good one, and I'll see you on the other side, all right? Bye.